good, bro?
Thick.
But how do we look, bro?
Thick.
How do we spell thick?
Double C.
Double C, thank you. What's cracking, guys? Omar Yusuf here, back with another video. Omar here is gonna teach you today all about back training, why most people get back training wrong.
Yo, back training? Are you stupid? The only time you need to do back training is if you're in prison, and then it's very important, because if you don't do back training, you'll get fucked.
And I mean this, I'm not trying to sensationalize anything. Most people train their back like they train their front. So the front of their upper body, their chest, and their deltoids. And this is incorrect because your back is far more complicated, takes up much more real estate, and operates differently than your front. So why train it the exact same way? I think most people are underservicing their back. They're not training it enough, they're not doing enough variations, and as a result, their back doesn't grow nearly as much as the front. And I understand when you look in the mirror, you think, oh shit, man, I got this chest right here, I need to train the chest, I got 100 girls on the beach I want. Your back is that undercover area that really separates people that have a lot of muscle mass from those that just professionally tone. And so 2 years ago, I took it upon myself. I am known kind of for the ass chest, for building the pecs. But I thought to myself, hey man, a jack back is pretty damn cool. Let me do this. I did 10,000 pull-ups. I did a variation of weighted as well as no weight. On the pull-ups, I did over 10,000 pull-ups and my back grew. In particular, the lats. And so since then, my back has come a long way. We growing, we out here, we hustling, and it's making some progress. But I've had a lot of revelations along the way. And the first one, like I said, the biggest mistake I see by people asking me questions, sending me DMs, asking me about just back training or why their back won't grow, is that your back is not the same as your front. Again, like I said before, just think about it when we talk about real estate. Your back takes up a lot more area. Your lats are ginormous compared to your chest. If we take a look at the front, you got, your pecs, so you got pec minor, pec major, you got your deltoids, cool. We take a look at your back, your lats cover that entire area. We talk about the spinal erectors, we talk also about the rhomboids, we talk about the traps. You can include the rear deltoids if you want to. If you include the anterior deltoids, then for the back, you can include the rear deltoids. That's a lot more muscles, that's a lot more real estate. Why are we training it the same way? And this is gonna become immediately clear when we talk about vertical pulling and horizontal pulling versus a vertical push and a horizontal push. So let's talk about this right now. If you think about it, if we talk about back training, if we do a pull-up, does it work your lats? Yeah. If we do a horizontal row, so if we do a seated row, does it also work your lats? Yes. Now, if we take a look at the front, if we do a bench press, so a horizontal press, does it work your chest? Yes. If we do a vertical push, so a vertical press, like an overhead press, does it really train your chest? Not really. Your lats are always involved, and the bigger the muscle group is, so the lats are a really big muscle group, the more planes of movement that it operates under. So the lats are involved both with a vertical pull as well as a horizontal pull, means there's more muscle fibers just crossing all over, equals more areas to focus, which equals more angles you need to hit it up from. You need to do vertical pulls and horizontal pulls. Let me state that once again, because I think no one really talks about this. The lats, as well as your back as a whole, is different than the front in that vertical pulls and horizontal pulls are both necessary because they target your lats from different angles and your traps and all the other muscle groups as compared to the front. So on the front, when we talk about the bench press, the horizontal press, yeah, it trains your chest. If we talk about a vertical press, like an overhead press, it does not train your chest a hell of a lot. So in that way, they are completely different. And that is why I advocate, and I see a lot of people, a lot of smart people like Dr. Mike Israetel, I believe he talks about this, I don't want to misquote him. It depends upon your experience, how jacked your back is. If we're talking Ronnie Coleman, yeah, he could get away with training his back 1 time per week because it's just insanely massive, so much muscle in that area. But for most people, I would recommend a higher frequency approach when it comes to back training. So 2 to 3, 2 to 4 times per week when it comes to back training. That's what I did personally when I did those 10,000 pull-ups. I was training my back at least 3 times, if not 4 times per week. Your back can handle more volume. Again, just take a look at the total amount of area that it covers compared to the front. So one, your back is different from your front in that it operates differently. The muscles, the purpose, their function is completely different. A vertical pull and a horizontal pull both target your lats, whereas your chest, a vertical push does not, whereas a horizontal push does. So in that way, immediately different. Secondly, because they're bigger, because your lats are bigger and your back just, again, is bigger, you need to do more frequency to hit up your back a little bit more. So 2 to 4 times per week versus training pressing movements, 2 times per week is what I'd recommend. And then lastly, the third point I really wanna hit home today, you might prefer pull-ups versus rows. I know I am someone that personally prefers pull-ups, mainly because, and there's other reasons I'll say for another video, for my back, my lower back, when I do rows as well as deadlifts, it kind of irritates it. So I focus more on horizontal pulls, but you should do both. Well, it is true, a horizontal pull. Some people might just think, hey man, if a pull-up works kind of the same areas as a row and you just prefer one, why not do one a lot more? And I kind of see the logic for that. But again, if we talk about muscle fibers, how they cross over, more areas to focus, and thus different planes of movement, you want to be targeting muscles from different angles. And this is what I mean. The pull-up, if we take a look at the pull-up, if we take a look at vertical pulling, it probably targets your lats a little bit more. It's just a longer range of motion when we're bringing the arm down like so. So if you do a chin-up or if you do a pull-up, and that's a long range of motion. So yeah, it probably stimulates the lats a little bit more than the rhomboids. But if you do a horizontal row, so if you do horizontal pulling, on the other hand, you're probably targeting the traps a little bit more and the rhomboids. So the old adage you've heard before that vertical pulling equals more width, and horizontal pulling equals more thickness, there's something to that. So if you wanna have a complete 3D back that's both wide and thick, you wanna make sure you're doing vertical pulls as well as horizontal pulls. And I'd go even a step further, I'd split it up evenly. I'm just showing you exercises in this video today, but if you've been paying attention to my programming, what I actually do, one day is more of a vertical pull day, so that means more pull-ups, and the other day is more of a row day. Really, when you break down the back, there's a lot of different functions of those muscles. There's a lot of area to grow. It makes no sense just to train it 1 time per week when you think it literally covers half of your entire upper body and think, fuck it, bro, it's good, it's gonna grow. It don't work that way. Your back is different than the front. Most people train it incorrectly. These are my 3 major points. They cover more real estate. There's more functions when it comes to back training. It operates your lats when it comes to vertical pulling as well as horizontal pulling, and you should make sure you're doing enough of both. Me personally, I need to do more horizontal pulling because I've been doing too much vertical pulling, or let's say more vertical pulling for the last several years, so it's time to change it up. Anyways, I hope this answers a lot of questions you guys have had when it comes to back training, how most people get it incorrectly. I see a lot of people training biceps, which is fantastic. Triceps, I get it, that's great. Same idea, chest. You wanna wear a tank top and rock it out, cool. But let's talk about developing a thicker, wider back. Train your back correctly, get some gains. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you like the video, if you like the tone, I'm looking right at you. I mean, I'm really staring right into your soul right now. Make sure to like the damn video. And I'll see all you guys, my thick boys, in that next video. Peace.
Yo, I still remember back in the day, YouTube used to be gold. You'd have these muscle-bound hunks. They were just beautiful. Posing, sweating, spotting each other. Those were the good old days. The hard training days where everyone was thick, tight, juicy. That was bodybuilding. Okay, that I could get behind. These days, this guy, no fucking muscle, pale. What is this? What am I watching here? Some soap opera? I want the days of juiciness again. What the boys were beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful.